On the national news this hour, the headlines. Senate moves to establish College of Aviation in Ogun. Labour suspends strike, OPS stakeholders tackle NLC TUC. Why we suspended nationwide strike. 2 children die, 1,113 houses razed in Brno IDPs camp. On sports, or seamless Nigeria must forget past FIFA World Cup qualification failure in new campaign. I am Moribe Rabida Lawal, the news in detail. The Senate on Wednesday furthered its decision to set up a College of Aviation in Ogun State as a bill seeking to establish the Federal College of Aviation Technology in Laro, Remo, scaled second reading on the floor of the upper chamber. The proposed legislation scaled second reading following the presentation of the lead debate on the general principles of the bill by the sponsor, Senator Olubenga Daniel, APC Ogun, during plenary. The bill is titled Federal College of Aviation Technology Ilaro Remo Ogun State Establishment Bill 2023. Leading the debate, Daniel said that the bill, which was read for the first time on October 10, aimed to upgrade an existing federal technical college to a fully fledged Federal College of Aviation Technology. He explained that the bill sought to provide full-time courses in various specializations in the aviation industry and to make provision for the general administration of the college and for related matters. The lawmaker pointed out that aviation technology encompasses the various technological advancements and innovations that have shaped the field of aviation. He also said that aviation technology in Nigeria had witnessed significant growth and development over the years. Daniel, however, said that while Nigeria had made significant progress in aviation technology, there were still challenges to address. He said that the challenges to be addressed included the need for continued investment in infrastructure development, enhancement of safety and security measures, and the promotion of research and innovation in aviation technology. The National Executive Council of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress on Wednesday night suspended their nationwide strike over an alleged assault on the president of the NLC, Joe Ajaero. The union said the suspension followed the intervention of the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. However, the organized private sector and the maritime operators carpeted the NLC and TU over the industrial action, stating that it was ill-timed and misconceived. The OPS, comprising critical players in the economy, noted that the strike would affect the federal government's ability to meet its yearly revenue target. Correspondent gathered that the organized labor meeting, which commenced a few minutes past 7 p.m., lasted for close to 1 hour, during which various affiliates and state chapters reviewed the outcome of the meeting held between the leaders of the organized labor and the NSA. The National Deputy President of the TUC, Tommy Etim, explained that the strike was suspended based on the trust they had in Nuhu Ribadu. Asked whether the suspension of the strike was indefinite, Etim said it is a temporary suspension. We are going to give some time, after which we will meet, and if they fail to meet up, the strike resumes. We'll listen to the NSA, and he listened to Rose. He noted that Ajaero didn't do anything wrong by going to Imo State. We must commend the NSA and commend him, and it is because of him that there is suspension of the strike. The labor leaders had earlier on Wednesday met with the NSA, who announced the arrest of 2 suspected involved in the attack in Owerri, Imo State on November 1st. The NSA revealed these during the plenary meeting with the labor leaders in Abuja on Wednesday, the second day of the strike. 2 children died and more than 1,113 houses burnt after a fire erupted at internally displaced persons IDP camps in Mafa, local government area of Borno State. The Director General of the State Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Barkindo Mohammed, disclosed these casualties figure during his visit to the Muna Al-Lamdiri IDPs camp in Maiduguri. He said the fire began at about 6 a.m. and lasted for over an hour before it was brought under control by the personnel of fire service. He added that the IDPs, civilian joint task force, security agencies, and some good Samaritans also assisted in putting out the fire. We sympathize with the victims and we are working to assess the damage, but we are going to provide first aid materials to the victims. We are immediately providing 500 bags of rice, blankets, as well as other non-food items to alleviate their suffering immediately, he said. The organized labor has explained why it suspended the nationwide strike indefinitely that commenced on November 14th. Mr. Emmanuel Ugwaja, General Secretary, Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), explained the action in a statement jointly signed by Mr. No Utoro, Secretary General Trade Union Congress, on Wednesday in Abuja. The NEC in session had a thorough review of the offers presented by the federal government through the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. We found the officer credible and decided to reconsider our action, he said. It will be recalled that the organized labor earlier met with the NSA and the Minister of Labor and Employment, Simon Lalong. After the meeting, we directed all affiliate and state councils of both the NLC and TUC to demobilize, cease any further escalation of the indefinite strike action. We fully resume work today, 16th day of the month of November 2023, he said. He added that the resolution was reached to suspend the ongoing nationwide strike, which commenced on 14th November 2023. According to Ugwaja, the suspension is intended to facilitate further discussions after the federal government had met crucial demands. This incident occurred in the hands of the police and Governor O. Uzodima's talks in Owerri, in Imo State, on the first day of November 2023, he recalled. He noted that an apology was tendered on behalf of the government by the NSA, who promised to coordinate the investigation. The Nigeria Customs Service has disclosed that the country lost about 1.3 trillion naira due to granting of waivers and concessions. The Deputy Controller of Customs, Musa Mba, who represented the Controller General of the NCS at Adewale Adeniyi, explained that the custom would have generated more to the nation's purse in 2023, if not because of waivers and concessions in investors. According to him, Nigeria lost about 1.3 trillion naira to waivers and concessions in 2023. This money would have been added to fund servicing of debts. We should look at alternative ways of granting incentives. This area should be looked into. Concerned about the development, the chairman of the Joint Committee, Senator Sani Musa, said that the Senate would commence investigation into granting of waivers and concessions in the country. A notorious traffic robber identified as Ali, male, has been arrested in the Ikate area of Lekki, Lagos State. The suspect, according to a statement from the State Police Command, was apprehended on Tuesday, November 14, 2023, while carrying out his nefarious activities. The force spokesperson, Benjamin Uday, said Ali was arrested following a collaboration between vigilante and local ones and the police in the area. Uday stated that preliminary investigations revealed that the suspect, who posed as a beggar on the Lekki-Epe Expressway, terrorized unsuspecting motorists and robbed them of their cash and valuables under the threat of violence. The suspect will be arraigned contingent on the outcome of investigation, Uday concluded. Lastly, on sports. Nigeria returned to World Cup qualifying this week, today still licking the wounds that came from failing at the final hurdle in their last attempt, a hot excavated by doing so at home and to their biggest rivals. As the race to the 2026 World Cup begins, the Super Eagles' primary objective is to erase the memory of that painful stumble. They began that journey on Thursday with the ongoing game against Lesotho, then traveled to Rwanda to face Zimbabwe. Stand-in captain Kenneth Omeruo missed no words about what the outcome needs to be from these two games and how they need to approach the grueling 10-match campaign. Most of us in the team still remember how painful it was not to be part of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The memory lingers, but then that is gone. This is a fresh opportunity and we will want to be at the next one. This is a serious matter for us. We are working hard to do what we have to do to get to the next World Cup. We have played Lesotho and Zimbabwe in the past. The important thing is to stick together to our game plan and take the game very seriously because we have to win both games convincingly. Pulling from the lessons of the previous campaign, Omeruo said the team would play games as they come without thinking too far ahead. There is always the temptation to overthink how to process the campaign, but it is a long run and we have opted to think and plan for only the match ahead of us. Today we will play Lesotho. We remember them from our 2021 AFCON qualifiers. After the final whistle on Thursday, we can then start thinking about the next opponent, Zimbabwe, in Rwanda. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Senate moves to establish College of Aviation in Ogun. Labour suspends strike. OPS stakeholders tackle NLC, TUC. Why was suspended nationwide strike organized labor? 2 children die, 1,113 houses razed in Borno IDPs camp. On sports, similar, Nigeria must forget past FIFA World Cup qualification failure in new campaign. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagide Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawi Adibayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement, difficulties and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.